Consider a local fitness instructor whose entire revenue was once limited by the square footage of her studio. She could only ever earn as much as the 20 yoga mats she could fit on the floor. When a sudden closure forced her to lock the doors, she moved her classes online. Within weeks, she was no longer serving 20 locals. She was teaching hundreds of students across several time zones. This shift revealed a hard truth for many businesses. When movement is restricted, the traditional physical hubs we rely on can go from being our greatest assets to our heaviest liabilities. We are going to ensure your business doesn't hit that wall. Grab a notebook, because by the end of this session, you will have a written plan to either expand your reach or reduce your overhead. To do this, we are using the framework from Strategy Card 75, Location. Our goal is to stop viewing geography as a static constraint and start treating it as a variable you can actively manage. As the card highlights, successfully working away from a central hub is a skill. It requires the same level of intentional development as programming or design. It's similar to learning to surf. You might know how to stand on land, but moving to a fluid environment requires a completely different kind of balance. Decentralizing a business is no different. You have to replace physical oversight with new systems, like tracking clear output metrics and mastering asynchronous communication, so work doesn't stop just because someone isn't at a desk. Simply changing where you sit, without updating how the business actually functions, will lead to a breakdown in operations. The first pathway is transitioning offerings. Evaluate how to make a physical product remote, or how to take a service that is currently centralized and disperse it to your customers. The second pathway is the proximity balance. This is where you calculate the trade-offs between physical locations, time zones, and the price of talent in different markets. The third pathway is speed of delivery. Identify exactly how you can get your products or services to your consumers faster or across a broader area. Pick exactly one of these three pathways right now. Attempting to solve all three at once usually leads to overcomplication and no actual progress. Pause the video now, set a timer for 5 minutes, and write down a quarterly execution plan for that one chosen pathway. By making that choice, you've moved past general business theory and created a focused strategy that you can actually implement. Welcome back. Look at what you've written down. You've taken a broad concept and turned it into a practical plan to pivot how your business operates. You might think this doesn't apply to you if you run a highly physical business, like a landscaping crew or a bakery. You might feel your location is set in stone. The key is to separate your physical delivery from your back-end operations. While the baking or the mowing must happen on site, the management behind it does not. Functions like bookkeeping, customer support, and dispatching can often be handled by remote teams in other regions at a much lower cost than hiring locally. You can also decentralize the delivery model itself. Instead of building a second storefront to reach a new neighborhood, you can use mobile hubs or localized distribution partners. Every business has components that can be untethered. Finding them is the most effective way to reduce your overhead and prepare for growth. By completing this sprint, you now have a concrete alternative to the physical status quo. You've identified the specific areas where your business can stay flexible when conditions change. We often rely on massive physical logistics and global supply chains. They are highly efficient, but they are also vulnerable to sudden, unpredictable disruptions. Surviving in a volatile economy requires building that flexibility into your model now, before an external crisis makes the decision for you. Ask yourself, if you were forced to close your physical doors tomorrow, what is the exact step you would take today to keep your revenue flowing next week? Long-term business security is found by constantly testing your geographic assumptions before the market forces you to change them.